Yes. Yes. Not directly.
Our agriculture base, common agriculture base in the area of agro-processing and fruit, tea, sugarcane, and other products, including the production of flowers, which goes through the chain of value, including also infrastructures of irrigation and new cultures for substituting new crops, which brings the possibility of the markets of the United States and other markets. The current investment in the area of banana in Maputo is an example. Second, the logistics and the transport, being two countries that have a tradition of ports and railways where opportunities are open for SADC with the country of interland, and with the new opportunity and the development of lines, in the vertical lines, south and north, going through Tanzania and linking different stakeholders in the chain of value that must be integrated in our economies. It's worth highlighting the capitalization of the development of commercial relationships with the city of Mombasa. Third, the tourism, where it presents itself as an opportunity to replicate the quality services for sun and beach, safari and business, which brings together also the air transport in the mobilization, in the mobility of people. Fourth, this transport, the finance service, where the innovation of Kenya with the electronic coin, with telephone, has spread to different countries, with financial services to the development of the stock exchange, and with the new instruments of financing as the fund of investment and the private equity, with risk capital to leverage small and medium business with the potential of growth. Ladies and gentlemen, the government of Mozambique intends to transform all the existing potential in opportunities, concrete opportunities susceptible of encouraging the commercial exchange and private investment of the two countries. Mozambique wants to do that, giving priorities to the countries of the continent. The Republic of Kenya and its business people constitute for us an ideal partner with which we intend to share opportunities of investment in various domains. And that's the reason that we alleviate the issue of visas. And if there is anything else that we can do as governments, we will facilitate more and more. We also noticed with joy that the business environment is favorable in both countries. That's why we invite the distinguished business people from Kenya and Mozambique to use their capacity as entrepreneurs to develop business and partnerships.
I'm very confident that shortly we shall reform our continental body so that we have a body that is fit for purpose and that can serve the people of our continent adequately. Let me also say that I commend my brother, President Nyusi, for his leadership in the United Nations Security Council, where the they took over from Kenya. Your Excellency, your team in New York is doing a wonderful job, and we are very proud. We are very proud of what Mozambique is doing in representing us as a continent in the UN Security Council, and we are proudly associated with Mozambique in that respect. I commend all the organizations and officers who have worked so hard to make this forum a success, and look forward to future engagements like this. I wish you well as you prepare to execute your next level strategy in light of the opportunities that have come to light on account of the friendship and partnership between Kenya and Mozambique. I know there is a little problem of language. We all have to struggle with the language in between there. But I think it's also an opportunity for those of us from Kenya to learn Portuguese. And for the people. And for you guys here to learn Kiswahili and English. And you don't need any tutor or teacher. President Nyusi is both fluent in English and also in Kiswahili. So we agreed with the leadership of Parliament here that under the leadership of President Nyusi, they will also expedite the instrument that will bring COMESA, SADC, and EAC into one trading bloc under the tripartite free trade area agreement. Because bringing together the three economic communities, EAC, SADC, and COMESA, will build a market of close to 720 million people with a GDP of $1.3 trillion, and therefore we will give ourselves, as about 28 countries, an opportunity to trade within ourselves, eliminate barriers, reduce bureaucracy, and also tear down unnecessary impediments to business people, to trade, to investment, to the movement of goods. And Your Excellency, I am confident that under your leadership, we should be able to conclude the signing and the ratification of the tripartite treaty by end of this year, so that we can give ourselves the opportunity to move our region and our continent forward. Also, I had the occasion to share with them the instruments provided to us by the Afri-Exim Bank that would make it much more easy for the people in this room, the business people, to be able to trade, to be able to conduct their business without the baggage of currency differences, that it should be possible with the settlement instruments that have been put in place by our own continental institution, the Afri-Exim Bank, that we can trade in local currency, that business people from Angola can sell to their counterparts in Kenya without having to bother in what currency they are trading. Again, Mr. President, it will be an opportunity for us as policymakers and the ministers of trade, the ministers responsible, including our central banks, are listening, so that we can make it easier for us to trade. And there is reason for us to do this, because today, Africa, we are way behind in trading amongst ourselves. If you go to Europe, intra-European trade is at 70%, but intra-Africa trade is only at 16%. It means there is huge scope, there is big potential for us to trade amongst ourselves. The instruments we are putting in place, whether it is the tripartite agreement, whether it is the Continental Free Trade Area Agreement, or the Afri-Exim settlement facilities we are putting in place, will give us an opportunity, give our business people an opportunity to escalate intra-African trade to where other regions are. In Asia, it's at 60%. In Europe, it's at 70%. But in our continent, it's only at 16%. It tells us we have huge opportunity and potential. And as we pull as the policymakers, I hope you will be pushing as the private sector, because in the end, it is our collective responsibility that all policies that we put in place is in pursuit of a greater value and must plug into the possibilities defined by policy to unlock opportunities, create value, create jobs, and also create wealth. The implicit consideration is a common denominator of vision for domestic economic governance agenda, bilateral engagements, as well as regional and Pan-African economic integration. I am looking forward to the day that we all can move together and that our continent can move at the same speed as others. I was very pleasantly happy today morning, Your Excellency, when I visited the industrial park. And I saw the opportunities to add value to local products, to create jobs, and to export finished products to Europe from Mozambique. That was a very exciting moment for me. When I engaged the person who was running this facility, he also told me something very interesting, and they told me that they were using hydro energy, which is green energy. Again, it speaks to our assertion that Africa cannot continue to be a continent that is victim to climate change. We must redesign and we must recast and we must re-engineer our place, that this is not a continent of problems. This is not a continent where we are saddled with a victim mentality. This is a continent that can provide solutions to the global challenges that we have. And I am very confident, looking at what I saw today in Mozambique, that it is true that Africa can provide the green manufacturing and the green industrialization that the globe so desperately needs for us to escape from the existential threat posed to us by the use of fossil fuels and the attendant effects of climate change. My visit has enabled us to strengthen our friendship and to deepen the bilateral ties between Kenya and Mozambique. We've had the opportunity to reflect together, and we took a bit of time yesterday to review our common position in considering many emerging challenges and opportunities, and reaffirm our shared commitment to extend our highly dynamic and fruitful partnership to address many aspects of mutual interest for the benefit of our people and our nations. Our Joint Permanent Commission for Cooperation has been working hard, and I commend both teams. They have expended time and effort and gave us the opportunity, my brother President and I, to witness the signing of 8 instruments that would elevate the relationship between our two countries. To the next level. Many of the aspects that were signed yesterday, including the security of our countries, that now going forward, we've done many things together in the past, but now going forward, we have a firm memorandum of understanding on matters of security. As you're all aware, Mozambique and Kenya share a region that has violent extremists, terrorists, people who engage in organized crime. And we've been working together, but I am very confident going into the future that with the instruments that we signed yesterday, that will facilitate us to share more information, intelligence and otherwise, share capacities, engage in joint training, we can better secure our region and provide stability for our economies and our business people to thrive. It is a very proud moment for me that now we will have the leverage to better discharge our responsibilities as governments to secure our present and to guarantee our future.